The CEO here, and today I'm going to basically be talking about this upcoming trading week for Monday, what I'm watching, what we're going to be trading. So first of all, if you haven't, please make sure to follow me on Instagram at DayTheCEO. I post a lot of knowledge on there, quotes, just tweets and all that, stocks, trading, charts, analyzations, and more on my story as well. If you haven't, also make sure to follow the trading team at Project 3 Trading, where we basically give daily signals, go over information, and it's just a very positive, good learning environment and trading environment for traders overall. So first thing we're looking at for this upcoming week is going to be Tesla. So as we can see, Tesla has had some pretty nice upwards bullish movement in the past month or so, and just the overall market has been in an overall bull run for quite a bit now. So what I'm looking at is to break that key level, find some key levels, and look where we could play to either the upside or downside. Now personally, I believe the market is due for an overall correction, not a pullback, a correction. We can definitely head to the further downside, maybe even the 410. So what I'm looking at is to play the downside. Now, since the market has been so bullish recently, you never want to be biased. You want to always follow your indicators and what is going to play correctly. So first we'll look at this Tesla play, then SPY after to review. So this is kind of like an area of confluence right here. We have this rising wedge form, circled area of consolidation, some support and resistance levels right here. And what we're mainly looking at is going to be this pinkish red line right here. So we can obviously see this area of consolidation, which after we broke out of this around 730 level, we did test 740. Then the next day, obviously, we broke up and headed to around the 760s, followed by some recent high sell-off volume. So the main thing I'm paying attention to here is going to be the break below 732 for puts, and that would bring us back into this new trading range if it sold off how it's supposed to, or how much we ideally would want. So once we pull back into this trading channel, we'll have that support resistance range, and the main thing I'm paying attention to also is going to be this cross below for the MACD if we see sell-off volume. So right at open, if Tesla's able to break to the downside, we're going to get into that. For a quick scalp, make sure to leave your runners and pay close attention to the overall market. SPY, QQQ, EV, so names like CHPT, NEO, all those, to make sure we're exiting and following the market accordingly. So Tesla is a great play if you have a semi larger or medium account. Tesla's not really a play I recommend for those with a small account, unless you're going very far out of the money, playing either a very high overbought level for puts or a very oversold level for calls to find a great large move, like a 40-30 point move, even a swing possibly. So that's basically it for the watch on Tesla. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below, and I'll make sure to review that with you in the comments or on DMs. So yeah, here's going to be the next chart. We're looking at SPY ETF, the S&P 500. So this is going to be for new investors. If you don't already know, the S&P 500 is 500 different companies, and this is going to be basically similar to the overall market structure and how the market's going to be moving overall. So to be quite honest, the past week or so has been very volatile for the market. Now, these conditions are normal for the experienced investor. Now, new investors, sometimes people get caught in the market at the wrong time and are not really used to this. So you always want to make sure that you're following the overall trend. So as we can see, SPY has been on this trend for a while now. So we just been on this straight up trend, bouncing off support, rejecting a bit off resistance, not really as much off resistance as we would like to see for healthy movement, but we've just been bouncing. Personally, in my opinion, this is obviously due to the coronavirus sell-off did leave a huge hit in the market, and the market's trying to recover and get back stable again. But heading to these high levels, these very overbought levels, we just seen upwards movement. It's pretty easy to play the market when it's just going straight up, but you have to know when it's going to pull back. So technically what I'm looking for is a pullback to around this level right here. We did catch this 449.1 450.1 level for puts on Friday, and we're able to make a great gain. Took profit at about around 446, 447, and end up heading down to the 445 level. So what I'm paying attention to is a pullback all the way to this overall support line for the trend. And if we bounce off it again, then we can catch some nice bounce plays, catch some nice plays on SPY. SPY is a great name to play if you're using just a small account, or any account in general. SPY is a great name to play. But if we end up breaking through this trend, I definitely see that we can pull back around down this level. We can definitely pull back and retrace a few of these moves for the past few months. Now remember, the same way that the market heads up, it heads down. So don't be surprised if we see a run like this, but at the same time the market could be going the opposite direction. Now overall, if you look at the S&P 500, it's in a very bullish view. As you can see, this looks very overextended to just the average eye, just straight up, but a large pullback like this right here isn't gonna be on the chart. Like, as you look at it right now, it might look like not much, but people lose a lot of money and things like this if you're not playing the market with the right deck of cards. So make sure you're paying attention to the S&P 500 throughout this week, looking to take puts under this break or possibly bounce if we see a lot of buying volume coming in. Make sure you're always paying attention to the news as well when you're playing the S&P 500. The next thing we're looking at is Apple. So Apple definitely can catch this to the downside. I'm looking at a break of around 148.6/5 level. This isn't really ideal if you're going to go in heavy equity. It's pretty close to that level right now. This could just be used for a quick scalp. Names like Tesla obviously are going to give you more gains, more of a return, unless we see a large overall sell-off with SPY. So that's why I'm going to let you guys know this for the upcoming week. SPY is definitely something you're going to want to pay attention to. If whatever side you're playing is heading in that direction, really just follow SPY. That's the best advice I could give you. So right here, the MACD is very low, which can show signs of a bounce, and we've seen some pretty negative news catalysts this weekend for Apple. In the App Store overall, you can always use MarketWatch to check that. So that's the level I'm looking at for Apple. Next is going to be Netflix. So for Netflix specifically, I'm looking to take calls above 600 and below 593 for puts. So this is kind of a descending channel right here. We're seeing this reject off this top line, bounce off here, and then overall right here is another level that you're going to want to pay attention to for this sell-off. So Netflix did have quite the run recently, pushing up to all-time highs. As you can see, similar to the S&P 500, some of these names will just really bounce and pattern off the S&P 500 overall. So I'm looking at Netflix as well. mRNA, definitely one to pay attention to, a huge mover and great potential. So if you guys haven't played mRNA right now, I'll tell you that it's very volatile. If you have not mastered your set of emotions or became like the trader that you want to be today, like you're not feeling comfortable to enter plays that are going to be highly volatile, my bad. If you see a pullback in your position and you get nervous, this isn't a play to play. So you'll see changes with the IV and everything. So with mRNA, ideally I'm just looking to scalp it, watching above this 453 level and then below this 443 level. So really the market can go either way. On Monday we're looking at, like I said, either that bounce or further sell-off. But the main key level is if we break that support or overall trend line, we will see a very large sell-off. Keep that in mind. So make sure you have that level charted on. So next thing I'm looking at is going to be Facebook. Facebook is pretty similar to following the S&P 500, I'd say. So we're looking at around this 380 level, 379.9 area. So right here, obviously we can see these breaks of the 379.9 level have been pretty significant. So if we can see some rising volume and a break back above, I'd like to get in and possibly play to around 383. If we do break this level, 383 level, we can head all the way back up here to around all-time highs, and that would be if the S&P 500 ran to the upside. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. Good luck to everyone on their trading day tomorrow. And yeah, if you don't have any questions, that's really it. But I appreciate everyone for watching. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow the links down below. Have a great day.